Season 3 just kicked off, and that means it's leveling time. Starting a new character can be tedious and slow if you're not using a build that's optimized for leveling. Thankfully, this Arc Lash and Chain Lightning build is one of the fastest sorcering leveling builds for Season 3, and the best part is, no specific gear is required. Ideally, what you want in a leveling build is low downtime, meaning not having to worry about mana or health, fast movement speed, and strong AoE damage to kill as many demons as fast as possible. We are putting a heavy focus on optimizing the skill tree in the Seneschal Construct to perfect this fast leveling build. Let's go over the skill tree and the construct in detail, but before we get into it, make sure you smash that subscribe button. It really does help the channel grow, and it would be truly appreciated. Let's hear a quick word from our video sponsor, Louty, before jumping into the build. If you are an EDC enthusiast, love collecting well-made and high-quality fidget toys, or just want to relieve stress, Louty's fidget toys are a great choice for fidget enthusiasts. This haptic coin named Devil's Milk Cap is one of the most popular designs in the Louty family. It's made with an advanced CNC machining process to ensure exquisite details and superb craftsmanship. The unique design makes it distinctive and brings you a super satisfying tactile feel. Go check out some of the best fidget toys in the world at louty.com. Every point we spend in the skill tree, we want to make sure we are optimizing the leveling experience. So let's start off with the basic skills. Now, Arc Lash is far and away the best skill for leveling, and here's why I think so. When you go over to the subnode Flickering Arc Lash, when you use Arc Lash, you get up to an 18% movement speed bonus. You're going to have that at all times as you're in combat, so that's huge for helping you level faster. Core skills, we're putting 1 into Fireball because of the enchantment effect that we are using. We're putting 1 into Devastation, and we are putting at least 3 points into Elemental Dominance. We want extra damage for our core skill, which is Chain Lightning for this build, and we're going to put at least 5 here. We're going to move down to Destructive Chain Lightning. So when Chain Lightning critically strikes, it has a 30% chance to form a Crackling Energy. Crackling Energy for this build is critical because it brings back your mana almost instantly, so you don't have to worry about anything. As soon as you walk over a Crackling Energy, you have your mana back and you can continually attack. Taking a look at defensive skills. Now, we have a lot going on here, so let's start off with Elemental Attunement. Critical strikes give us a 5% chance to reset our defensive skills. We are using a lot of defensive skills here, so let's start off with Flame Shield. We're going all the way over to Enhanced Flame Shield to get that extra movement speed bonus. Again, you want that movement speed bonus as often as possible as you are leveling. Now, we're going over to Teleport. We want to use Teleport as often as possible too, but when we are teleporting, we want a massive damage reduction after we teleport, and that's exactly what Shimmering Teleport is giving us. Now, along with that, you want to put at a minimum 3 points in the Glass Cannon. This is a wonderful trade-off. You get a massive increase in your damage. You do take more damage, but the trade-off is very valuable while you are leveling. Now, moving over to Ice Armor, we want to go down to Enhanced Ice Armor to give us more mana regen as we are being attacked with Ice Armor. Conjuration skills, 1 into Precision Magic, 1 into Align the Elements, 1 into Protection, and 3 into Mana Shield. So every time you spend 100 mana, you gain 21% damage reduction for 5 seconds. So you're always going to have that damage reduction, keeping you alive. You're not having to worry about the enemies attacking you, and it's a lot easier to just keep moving, killing demons. You don't have to worry about that damage coming into you. So make sure you do not skip out on these 3 points. Mana Shield, they're really important. Taking a look at mastery skills, we're not taking any major mastery skills, but we do point 9 points into the subnodes, and these 9 points are very, very important to this build. So 3 points in a Static Discharge, so critical strikes with your shock skills have a 15% chance to form a Crackling Energy. As I mentioned before, Crackling Energy for this build is critical, and here's why. So every time you walk over that Crackling Energy, you're getting mana back, so you just keep killing demons, you're generating the Crackling Energy, you walk over that energy, and you have your mana back instantly. And along with that, every time you stun an enemy, you deal X% of lightning damage to them. So all 3 of these synergize perfectly together. Ultimate skills, we are putting all 3 points into unstable currents. We're going down to supreme unstable currents. So while unstable currents is active, crackling energy pulses 25% faster and costs no charges. So this is really important for the build. This will have an uptime of almost 50%. So you'll be using this quite often. It makes you so much more powerful. You attack faster, you are doing more damage, you are hitting more crackling energy. So don't skip out on those 3 points. We are also putting 3 into coursing currents, 3 into electrocution, 3 into convulsions, and 3 into conduction. Our key passive is overflowing energy, and it is mandatory for this leveling build to make you more powerful, allowing you to use your abilities that much more often. And as you have overflowing energy going, you are able to use unstable currents that much faster. That's how we get it down to almost a 50% uptime. So make sure you don't skip out on overflowing energy. Taking a look at the skill bar and the enchantments. So we go with Ice Armor, Flame Shield, Teleport, Unstable Currents, Arc Lash, and of course, Chain Lightning. Our 2 enchantment slots are Firebolt enchantment and Fireball. All right, so how do we have this construct set up to where it's optimizing our ability to level faster? So the first governing stone we are using is Flash of Adrenaline. So this is a flat damage bonus. Now, how do we make this governing stone more powerful? Well, we add 3 tuning stones to it. And the 3 we're adding is Tactile Support, Initiative Support, and Fortify Support. So what do all 3 of these do? If you look down at the modifiers down on the bottom, it decreases the cooldown by 22% right now. That's going to get stronger as we level these stones up. It allows our construct to teleport to the target faster if it's out of range, and it grants us a shield every time the construct pushes this adrenaline on us. And this is giving us a 50% uptime of flat damage bonus. That is awesome while you are leveling. Our second governing stone is Focus Fire. And what are the 3 tuning stones we use to make Focus Fire more powerful? Well, the first one is Arcing Support, the second is Swift Support, and the third is Poison Support. So all the modifiers that we are adding onto Focus Fire, so 50% of the damage is applied as poison, so that gives us an additional damage modifier. It's attacking much faster, so these streams of fire and poison are dished out faster, and our maximum number of enemies hit is increased up to 3. All right, let's have a quick look at the Paragon board. Now, keep in mind, we are only at level 65 or so right now, and you can only start getting points for the Paragon board after level 50 or so. So there's only a couple of boards here right now, but these 2 boards that we have right now are critical for helping us from level 50 to level 70 or so. Now, the first glyph we have is Charge. So you get an increased damage in the crackling energy. That's not that important, but picking up the crackling energy grants you up to 15% damage bonus as you are picking the energy up, and you're constantly picking it up. So that is a flat damage bonus to you at all times. For the second Paragon board, we are going with Static Surge, and this is actually really important for helping you from level 60 to 70 or so. So after spending mana, your next cast of Chain Lightning or Charge Bolts makes enemies vulnerable for 2 seconds and restores your mana. Really powerful at this level of leveling up from 60 to 70. Along with that, we're adding the glyph slot Reinforce, so we're getting extra damage reduction as we have a barrier up, and we almost have a barrier up 100% of the time. Now, I want to emphasize, gear is not important. Do not focus on it until you get into World Tier 4. Only focus on increasing the item's item power. That is all that matters, because you are simply outgrowing the item power so fast as you're leveling up. You don't want to focus too much on the gear itself. Yes, you can get increased damage bonuses with the aspects and whatnot, but I really would not focus on it. It does not matter whatsoever. So don't focus on any gear until you get into World Tier 4. Now, I'm going to make a new video on World Tier 4 up until endgame, and that will be coming out later on, but make sure you are not focused on gear. Focus on the item power itself. There you have it. That's going to wrap up our video for the best leveling Sorceress build in Diablo 4. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, or if you learned something new, please consider supporting the channel by liking, commenting, or subscribing so you don't miss any future Diablo 4 content. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, I'm out.